Here, let me turn this heat down. It's 22 degrees right now. For those that are new to the channel, on this channel I share with you how I've been improving myself daily in my fitness, my business, and also just life in general. And what better way to do that than to share it with you guys, coming at you live out here in Colorado. My toes are cold, my nose is cold, and I had the heat on blast. But now that I'm about to put some heat up on here, on this live, on this episode number 2 of Outside the Box Thinking, here, I wanted to share with you the importance of focus and attention. Why? Why would focus and attention be important? Because if you take your time of focus, just imagine it on the XY or on the X-axis, and if you take, or sorry, let me rephrase that. If you take focus and put it on the Y-axis, and you have time on the X-axis, the more focus that you have, the higher up that graph is gonna go in the short period of time. So if you start right on point, like you start the whole day, let's just say hour 1 of the day, and you're focused, you're in the moment, you're really getting it, you're gonna be starting off on a high point. But the more that we go throughout the day on this X-axis known as time, focus starts to dissipate. And you may ask, okay, how does it dissipate? You may not be aware of it. Or maybe you are. That's why you're here on this channel. That's why you're checking me out. And if you like what you see in the message that I give on this video and on this channel, please like, share, subscribe. But once you notice throughout the day, the notifications start to show, you start getting phone calls, you start getting text messages, you start getting blown up, absolutely. You start watching news, TV, all these things that are just grabbing for your attention, screaming for your attention. And it may be the most subtle thing, the most subtle subconscious subliminal message, and you're not aware of it, where your attention is going. Your energy is flowing. I love that quote. Wherever attention goes, energy flows. So I decided to do this video. I decided to do this live. And for y'all that are here on the live, please drop where you're coming in live from. But I got a notification on my phone from my email, and it made me realize that I was just in a deep thought. I was in a deep thought, and a notification blew up, and the thought went boom. I forgot what I was even thinking about. And I was listening to this video the other day, or podcast, whatever it was, and in the video they mentions how life is a game. It's like a video game. You know, just roll with me here on this analogy. Life is a video game, and you get these points throughout the game, known as your bank balance, or however you want to measure that. And you also have your health meter. You have your health meter, you know, how healthy you are, how fit you are. And you have, let's see where I can park here. Damn, it's busy here, bro. I don't even know if I want to go to the gym anymore. No, I'm gonna go to the gym real quick. But you have all these circumstances. You also have when you start off in life, you go through the tutorial. So, you know, for those that have played video games, when you first start off playing Halo, for example, you start calibrating the Master Chief. You start moving around. They tell you to do these things to get used to going into battle, getting ready to go into battle. They get you to, all right, throw this grenade, crouch, spin, jump twice, shoot, you know, all the basic generic things you go out and do first time in life. And that's what we do when we're babies. That's what we do when we're infants. We start to grow throughout our experience on this life. And they get us into boot camp, known as school, the generic route, if you will, at least here in America. I don't know where y'all are coming in live from, but please drop it below so I can know how to best serve you. And on this journey of school, we start to realize that everyone else is going through the same conveyor belt. Everyone else is going through the same conveyor belt, not questioning it, but just accepting what they're being spoon-fed from this program. And that brings me back to the notification. That brings me back to focus. That brings me back to all these points where the time spent on this planet, how aware are we of the information that's coming into our psyche, that's coming into our body, that's coming into our whole element here? Because nobody is really aware of what we have truly on this planet, except for Allah, except for the true all-knowing God, however you want to phrase it for yourselves, however this information absorbs and really marinates up in your presence. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Really really pay attention to where your energy is going for the day. Why is it going that direction? Is it serving you, or is it serving other people? Is it serving another company? And that's the whole reason why I decided even to go the entrepreneurial route. I started to look at the clock when I was at the register about 7-8 years ago. I forget how long it was. I think it's 2016 was the last time I worked as an employee. And as I was sitting there, I was like, man, I could at least be getting a workout or something. So I would just stretch at the front at the register. I would do some squats. I would make use of my time. And that was the time where I started to really question what the hell I was doing. Because I went to school, I went to CSU, graduated in 2016, took me 6.5 years because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was on a route that everybody else was doing, and I didn't question it. I was like, well, everyone else is going to college. I think that's what I'm going to do. I didn't have a voice at that time. I wasn't really fully developed in my awareness at that time. Even though when I first graduated, the first book that I got into with curiosity, like intense curiosity, was Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. In that book, it made me realize that I am doing a bunch of things that I didn't really want to do. I was programmed that, hey, do this thing. Just because I see somebody else in this reality, in this game of life, going back to that analogy, that looks like me, they were doing the thing. They were rappers. They were ball players. They were hustlers. They were thugs. They were gangsters. They were all these things that the media pushes. All these things that you see in the media. I mean by what you see in movies, shows, anything multimedia. All of that, even on YouTube, all the programming that's been pushed out here, you start to see that. And I'm like, okay, this is what's going on here. This is where my focus was going unknowingly. So how do you really gather your focus? How do you come back to center and recalibrate what happened at the beginning? Because at the beginning, we weren't aware of where we were then. It's there's the unknown knowing, and the known, and then the unknown. I think shout out to Alex Harmozy. I think I got that right. But when I heard that, I was like, damn, that is so true. So when we're at the stage of something new, there's all of those 3 stages of knowns, right? Or the unknown knowns. And now that we're older or experience more rotations on this planet, that's where I start to realize, like, okay, I have this knowledge in my head. How was life lived back then? And so I know how to unwind what just happened. And with that unwinding, the stuff that we've gone through back here, and mind you, don't get lost in the sauce when you do this unwinding, because it's easy to get lost in the sauce and feel resentful, and it's easy to get lost in the sauce and start to judge yourself for what you did back then, but you didn't know any better. And as we go throughout this unwinding and understanding and reprocessing our processing power, basically deleting all of those open windows on our computer. I don't know about y'all, but there's times where I just get into work mode and then random things pop up and I open a new tab, open a new tab, open a new tab. As we open these new tabs, we start to bog down on how proficient and effective we start to become with our time. And if we aren't going to be proficient and effective with our time, what the hell are we doing? We're really just drifting. So I really hope this message resonates with you. I really hope this message is seeking down into your mind so that you keep listening to it. It's really about repetition, just like how I'm here at the gym. I'm about to hit this workout, and it's about that repetition, okay? It's about being mindful with each repetition. And by mindful, if you want to break it down into an equation, hey, what's going on, bro? What's going on? If you want to break it down to an equation, let's just take time plus the number of Y's, and that's going to be your focus, equals presence. That's going to be my mathematical equation right there. That's going to be my mathematical equation. These meme coins dropping opens this screener, and hey, for real, those meme coins are on point, man. Those, I mean, sometimes it's a red market right now. It is red, but man, I got to get after it. It's I've been on this for 11 minutes. It's 8:50. I got somewhere to be at 12. That means I only got about an hour of a workout, and that ain't enough for me, if you know me. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. It's your boy Maj checking in with you. This is Outside of the Box Thinking, episode number 2. Peace. Y'all have a blessed week.